God said, I got something for you too. Another type of weariness, working, not seeing the results you would like to see. We have to remind ourselves that God's timetable is not our timetable.
Come on.
He is beyond time. He's outside of time. He chooses to work within our time frames. He goes into our time. He goes into our agenda at His divine appointment, or His divine times schedule. But we can be assured that even though He takes a while, He's always faithful and always right on time. God's delays, you know this one, are not God's denials.
Come on, somebody.
God's delays are not God's denials. The reaping and sowing principle. See, a seed, listen to this, a seed takes time to germinate. It needs the right conditions of darkness. Listen closely. A natural seed needs the right conditions of darkness, light, water, and nutrients from the ground. What you don't see taking place under the ground is a transformation from a simple seed to a sprout underground, to a plant, to a fruit-bearing tree, but it all takes tiempo. Time. It takes time. You may not see the results in 1 year or 2 years, but you're working hard. You're doing what God's called you to do. You're toiling. You're being that servant of God. You may not see the results overnight, but I'm here to let you know, do not lose heart. We may not see the spiritual growth. We may not see the evidence of our work or the fruit of our toil. But God says the sprout will rise above the soil and you shall begin to bear fruit in due season. You shall reap. You may not see the results you want to see right now, but that doesn't mean that God is not at work. While you are waiting, He's working. While you are waiting, He's working. While you are working, He's doing an inner work inside of you. He's building up faith. He's building up patience. He's building up endurance. He's cultivating something inside of you that when it's through the duration of time, you will remain. You will stand. You shall overcome and you will reap. Gotta get this in your spirit tonight. That you may think that I'm working, but nothing's happening. Oh, I was feeling that these last couple of years. Working, caring more than ever. They used to say, Pastor Sonny Jr., he's more an evangelist. He hits and runs. And I was not that good of a pastor at first. Because it seemed like I didn't spend enough time, or I didn't so-called call enough people or hang out enough. But God began to grow that in me. I began to care more than anything for people. And there was a process that God was doing in my heart. He was giving me a shepherd's heart. And I started caring more than ever. I started reaching out more than ever. And all of a sudden, as I'm doing all the right stuff, people are not coming to church that much. All of a sudden, church is shrinking. I'm going, what is going on here? I'm doing the right things, but the wrong results. There was a process.
Come on.
God was working in me. He was building up some faith. He was building up some spiritual stamina. And then I began to look, say, God, what is that you want me to do now? God says, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on trusting in me. You're on the right track. These last couple years have been hard, but this is my year. This is our year. Today we were able to have a great service this morning. The place was packed out. A lot of people came back to church and said, man, Pastor, we're back. I'm thinking, wow, you sure got me tripped out. I didn't say that, but I felt that. Where were you, brother, when I needed you? But they came back. Today we were able to go to our property site. Hundreds of people from the mother church went over. We were able to pray for God's continued favor on the project that God is doing there at the mother church. And soon we're going to be able to reap a lot of the harvest that we've been beginning to pray for. Come on, somebody. The best is yet to come. Say that to me. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Some of you are not saying it like you should. Say circumstances. You keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, not on the problems. We have a choice to exalt God or exalt the circumstances. Though at times we may grow tired or weary, but guess what? Guess what? God never does grow tired or weary. Never sleeps. Never slumbers. The Bible says in Isaiah 40:28-31, do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary. It increases power for the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. Oh, but those who hope in the Lord and wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Some of you, by the time the service is over, you're gonna move from sitting to standing. Some of you are gonna move from standing to jumping. Some of you are gonna move from jumping to turning, spinning. Some of you are gonna move from spinning to running. Because God is renewing your strength. And some of you just gonna fly out of here.
Hello now.
As you can tell, I believe what I'm saying. There's a difference between preaching a message and preaching it based on what the Bible says and not experience along with it. Oh, but when you've experienced the truth, you've been through some stuff.
Come on.
Been through some down times. Some heavy, heavy trials. I know it's not over yet. But I'm going to enjoy this mountain. I'm going to enjoy this mountain as I move higher on this mountain this year. Oh, I'm looking to take as many people with me on this mountain. And by the time we get to conference, we're going to hit a new peak.
Come on now.
Some of you that are limping right now, you're going to be jumping. Some of you that can't even go a step further, all of a sudden you say, God, oh, I'm ready for more. God is renewing your strength. Renewing your passion. You're going to mount on wings of eagles. The Bible says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. See, some of you went in from 2000 into 2011 still weak. Still weary. I mean, New Year's Eve, you're like, yay! And all of a sudden, January 1st, 2 p.m., going to church, back to normal. Just a date on the calendar. You're still weary, you're still weak, but listen, you're going to get strengthened tonight.